Hey y'all, it's Zoe and welcome back to the video on my channel. So for today's video, I did want to just put out a little disclaimer. I will be talking a little bit about politics, but I'm not sharing any political views. I don't want anything to turn into like a political debate. This is just purely what I know from facts that you can Google, and I'm going to just talking about it as an adoptee and how it affects me as an adoptee. So please do not put anything in the comments or anything like that. Okay, let's get on to this video. Okay, so as you know, the 2024 election resulted in Donald Trump getting re-elected, and part of his platform is mass deportation. He has said that many times, and most recently he even said he would declare a national emergency and deploy the military. Ever since his election, there has been a lot of talk in the adoptee community through adoptees themselves as well as adoptive parents about what that means for adoptees in terms of citizenship. So if you didn't know, there are a lot of adoptees in the US who were adopted abroad that do not have citizenship. A lot of these adoptees came from East Asia, such as South Korea, and there are multiple factors as to why they don't have citizenship. Maybe their parents never did the proper documentation for it, or I don't really know all the reasons why. But then in 2001, the Adoptee Citizenship Act was passed. And basically what this says is that if you were under the age of 18 at the time of adoption and you were adopted by at least one parent who was a US citizen, that you would be granted automatic citizenship. Now, unfortunately, this does not qualify for adoptees born before it's like February 27th, 1983, I think. So for adoptees born before then, the act does not apply to them. So this puts a lot of adoptees at risk. And if you've seen or heard about the movie Blue Bayou, it was based on a South Korean adoptee by the name of Adam Krasper, who did end up getting deported back to South Korea because his parents never filed the proper documentation for him. It's been kind of scary for the community. I think a lot of people are worried about if they need a certificate of citizenship, what they need for their children, adult adoptees, if they need anything. And I've been kind of freaking out a little bit too. I do have a passport, I have a social security number, and I have a Texas birth certificate, but I know that a lot of adoptees don't have a birth certificate from their state. You know, I would think that a passport and a social security number is enough to prove that I'm a citizen because it's a US issued passport, and I don't have my Chinese citizenship anymore. But it's kind of scary the time that we live in, and it's just scary and sad to think about adoptees potentially having to go back home when most adoptees were adopted as babies. They don't have any connections there. They may not even speak the language, and so it's just really scary to think about that for everyone who is facing the possibility of being deported. I've been kind of scared about it, a little worried about it, worried for my friends, my family, and what this can mean for them. And so if you need to look into a certificate of citizenship, I will put the link down below. I also know there are like certain justice organizations and potentially like immigration citizenship lawyers that are helping out with this kind of stuff. I will see if I can find them. But yeah, it's something scary, something weighing on my mind. And honestly, like, I have never had to question my citizenship before. I have never felt that I needed to do that. I do not carry my passport around, so it's scary to think about, and it makes me really empathize for the people that do have to worry about this every day and thinking about all of that stuff. So I really hope that things become a little more clear for the adoptee community, and for those who may not have proper documentation, that they're able to find a way to get it. Because I mean, I've heard that like sometimes they come in through like a tourist visa, but I really hope that adoptees and adoptive parents are able to figure out what their child needs, what they need, and that we're able to kind of help in the best way possible, because it's scary, and just thinking about how lives can be changed and how I might have to prove I'm a citizenship. Like, I've never had to do that before. So that's just been something that's been weighing on my mind, thinking about the election and all the news that is showing up around it, and also just like preparing for next year. And then when you think about like China ending international adoption, like what that really means, and how we haven't really had any clarity yet to this day on the future implications of that, and so connecting that back to citizenship as well. So yeah, if you have any thoughts, I would love to hear them in the comments. Again, I don't want any fighting over politics. Like, I would rather just hear strictly from like adoptee perspectives, or if you're in a similar situation, I would hate to see fighting in my comment section. So I'm curious to know like how other people are feeling about this, and just hear your thoughts on it. So if you feel comfortable to comment down below, I'd love to see that. Otherwise, I will just see you all in the next video, and it will be the last one for National Adoptee Awareness Month. So that's crazy. November has gone by so fast, I feel. But I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. I think I'm gonna see you all after Thanksgiving, so I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!